that type of laser focus allows you, and all the rest of the tools I'm going to show you, allows you to position in the voice of what a 55-year-old or older or a retired American, as an example, what they would want and the way they think. So that's the concept. So then moving beyond that, once you understand that laser-focused niche, and just so you know, you can have 3 or 4, but just as my mentors, Dan Kennedy, Joe Polish, and others have shared with me, and experts like Adams, you want to focus on one and then move to the next and move to the next. But here's the idea. 5 unique features at the bottom of page 2, 5 unique features of my business. This comes from my work with owners of maid services that are selling their services to homeowners. What I want you to think about is FedEx became FedEx by saying when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. Domino's was, as we all know, the age-old story, 30 minutes or it's free. What I want you to think about is with maid services, what we discovered, the triggers for homeowners were chemical-free cleaning. All of our staff are bilingual. I have a client, for instance, in Phoenix, and the big issue was all of her workers, all of the people that are house cleaners, they are all bilingual. And then the other one, which comes from the maid service business, believe it or not, is no drama. So there is an owner of a cleaning service in Phoenix, Arizona, that basically has, similar to the old taxi cabs, they have those triangle signs on top of their vehicles, on their vinyl-wrapped vehicles, that literally say the name of the company, and then it says, chemical-free, all bilingual, no drama. The other version is I have companies up in the Northeast that say, arrive on time or it's free. Why? It's the single biggest pain that homeowners have is you say you're going to arrive Tuesday morning, I sit around and wait for you, or I go into the office late and you don't show up. So one of the examples is understand what the owners truly want. What that brings up is the idea of, do you understand why your people buy your service? And I hope you'll make this note. Do you truly understand why people buy your service? So here's an example. Comcast Cable, arrive on time or receive a refund credit. Domino's Pizza now has a brand new TV commercial running right now. 2 of their research and development chefs are standing on TV, and they talk about how they found out that cheesy bread was horrible, and this is what they say in the commercial. And ours was one of the worst, and now we have this new stuffed crust cheesy bread. They literally had the brilliance to be humble enough to say, you know what, we figured out ours was horrible, but we have a solution. And then LodgeNet, which is one of these companies that provides movies inside hotel rooms, and I travel a lot, so I see this all the time, their new tagline is, movies in your hotel room 90 days before home, meaning on your cable at home, and 60 days before Netflix releases it. So the question here, and I'll move on, is do you know why your homeowner truly buys from you? Not for the service, the features, and all of that, and you all know that features and benefits is not what sells, but do you really know why they buy from you? And then another example, just to get you really thinking, is once you understand all of this that I've been talking about, then you can start getting into the real distinction of your value. So as an example, there literally, up in Reading, Pennsylvania, is a fitness group called Colonial Fitness that focuses on bridal boot camps. Think about how many weddings there are every year and how big of a business. It's a multiple billion-dollar business. He simply has become known in Reading, Pennsylvania, to all the women. If you are 3 months out, 6 months out from your wedding and you want to look great on your wedding day, you go to this guy, and it's bridal boot camp. He advertises it. He promotes it in all kinds of stores that women shop in. That's an example. It's far easier to find women when you understand who you are. Yep. Aerobic cleaning is an exercise program that a maid service offers where you, the homeowner, can clean with the cleaners, but you do aerobic exercises at the same time, and their tagline is, why not lose weight while you're cleaning your house? Home organizing for Christian moms of color with twin boys under the age of 12. That's an example. For instance, you might be a single mom who's Christian, woman of color, who has twin boys under the age of 12, and you decide that that's who you're going to serve. That's a true story, and that's an actual owner of a maid service. So it can also start just from yourself. What's your own story? I'm a veteran, single dad with 3 kids. Okay, so go work with homes that have single dads, et cetera. So new moms, single parents with adopted children, you get the idea. Now, I'm going to show you how that all translates into something like a commodity like haircuts, which is at the bottom of page 3. Haircuts, it's a commodity. All 3 of these examples, hopefully you can see the pictures, all 3 of these examples are within 10 minutes of my home. I happen to live in Chester County, outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs. Happens to be the 11th wealthiest county in the United States. So there's all kinds of free cash going around, and you get all these boutique retailers.